Welcome back to Bitcoin Advisors channel. My name is Chris, bringing it to you from Westlake Village, California. It's bright, it's beautiful. It is Friday. Congratulations if you made it through another week of trading. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin and a couple of trade setups. So if you do enjoy it, make sure you smash the like button. And all right, let's get into it, as Bitcoin did bounce and took a nice swing at the 786 fib. If we pull this out, we had our boxes of peace and prosperity and death and despair. Above the box, good. Below the box, bad. And essentially, we had a little bounce, which we kind of called and said once we reclaim the white 200 simple, very likely we'd take a drive into this box. Now we are in the box, and I was expecting a little more downside. I did get part of that short squeeze, which was to the upside yesterday as we took out this diagonal trend line. I think I'm going to clean up the chart. The short squeeze was in full yesterday, and yeah, as we broke out right here on the hourly time frame, got it done above the white 200 simple, that first higher low, and this squeeze was on, and Bitcoin rallied back up to 69,000. So what did I notice on the daily time frame as we were making the low yesterday? As we were coming into this silver cross, I was thinking, there's a good chance we could get a little bit of a bounce. We're not out of the woods yet, but in the bull's cart, we do have the hash ribbons indicator, which has fired off the blue buy signal once again, which would pretty much establish this as the macro low. I'm going to throw that up again really quick for anybody who's new here. Hash ribbons, boom. Get rid of everything else here. I'll leave the RSI, but essentially the blue buy signal has gone off. Miners have capitulated. Now we got a blue buy signal. The new mining rigs are up and running, and we got the Bitcoin conference coming at the end of the week. Trump set to speak about Bitcoin and freedom, possibly. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? And they canceled Kamala. Yeah, Kamala is pretty much crying. All right. So where does Bitcoin go from here? Here's what I would say, I'm going to bring up the weekly time frame. If we do close the week pretty much above this pivot, anywhere here or higher. Actually, let's look at the daily. The daily, where's that daily pivot? Coming in at 66. About 66,700 is the number. Let's see if I can identify the value area high. Value area high. I wonder if this is it. Nope, that is not going to be it. Needless to say, daily, here's what's important on the weekly time frame. If we can close above this level here at, it's about 66.7. Actually, let's see. Maybe the fib will get it. The fib, I'd be more comfortable to say if we close the weekly back above 68.1, very likely we are going to sweep the highs. Very, very likely we're going to take out the highs, the liquidity up there. Right now we're right at the golden opportunity pocket, which I still think there's a threat of a downside move. On the 4-hour time frame, we could definitely get some resistance here and come back down to the 200 simple, coming in at 63,662. And if we put on high block capital, you'll see some major liquidity, which is lying there. By the way, there's a link in the description below for high block capital if you want to sign up and see these liquidity levels yourself. Apparently, I got to sign in. Okay. And just for kicks, they're going to sweep the liquidity on both sides. That is kind of my main theory here, is that the market maker is going to go out there. They are going to sweep the liquidity on both sides. And I want to take a look at Solana as well. and see what the 7-day liquidity is going to look like really quick. So for Bitcoin, you can see we are very, very close to the bright yellow here, which does tell me likely we are going to get that swipe higher. And this is from a very low time perspective here. Wow, taking out the highs right now. Good job, Bitcoin. Good job. Taking a dip into that liquidity right now. That's what he is doing. Bitcoin is looking strong and possibly going to take another bounce attempt higher here. That is what I'm looking at on Bitcoin at the moment. And where is this? I want to get a little more nitty gritty here. The bright yellow is coming in at 68,250. 68,250. Next level up. 68,800. And that is that. That is showing us, giving us a little more upside bias for one more push to the upside. And I do want to see if people are still net short or net long on the liquidation levels for Bitcoin and for Solana. Because that was the hidden gem right there, as essentially everybody was getting bearish. The bears were coming out. The bears were coming out with stares. Bears with cares. But yeah, so people are net long now on Bitcoin. But we were net short here coming into the lows, and this is when the short squeeze began. That was a very, people were net short here at the lows, and bang, the market maker pushes it back to the upside. And now vice versa, people are getting net long. So where are those liquidity levels coming into the downside? 66.2, we've got 65.1, and the ultimate goal down here at about 63,000, which is where I do think there's a chance we could swipe one more time. But as it stands, Bitcoin on the 4-hour time frame is continuing to mount an assault at the 786 fib and coming into direct trend line resistance. If we can pop this, the next area I'm looking for is about 69,662. But I am biased towards a bit of a downside move. And Trump, buy the rumor, sell the news. If he does not announce that they're going to make, Bitcoin world reserve currency, I don't know, anything good, it could be bullish for Bitcoin in my opinion. Do you want to take a look at Don the Ton, which we are suspecting this one to kind of continue some more downside. And just looking for one more throwback, maybe up to this area as Ton is breaking down a bit. Ethereum trade setup, courtesy of MetaSignals, fantastic trade setup. TP1 just got hit, and this is based on an 8-hour time frame. And Signal, was just given fresh. So TP2 coming in at 35,858. If we can reclaim that white 200 on the 8-hour, that would look very, very good. Same thing for the party to get started on the hourly. Really, an hourly closure back above the white 200 simple would look very, very good for some continuation to the upside. Another trade setup I am looking at right now is going to be FTM. Just coming into TP1 right now. This one was given a bit earlier this morning, and I think a nice shot up to about for FTM. Probably going to give it a bit more. Actually, this is a shorter term time frame setup. We're talking, I think, was it a 4-hour? Nope, another 8-hour signal. So we're just getting into the signal. Can get some pullbacks first, but it looks like the rest of the market wants to pick itself up by its bootstraps. The only two I'm actually concerned with is Bitcoin and Solana. They're coming into a major resistance, and perhaps perhaps not as much love for Mr. Solana, but it has been onwards and upwards for this guy. It's nonstop drives to the upside. Another one, very, very strong, is this guy, Mu, which actually putting in a perfect buy signal. I'm going to take it right now. You guys have yourself a blessed and highly favored rest of your weekend. But overall, here's my bias on Bitcoin on the daily time frame. Even if we get one more throw to the upside, I do think, every time they have the Bitcoin conference, by the way, Bitcoin dumps. So where can the dump come down to? Same thing with, I don't think WIF's dumping that hard, actually. And mind you, this is only if we take out the low on a daily time frame. 4-hour time frame. We'd be lucky to send it back to 63.6. If we do start to lose that area on the daily, which is this not 0.5, call it 63.6, yeah. Then you get this sweep a little bit lower to the 382, maybe in the 236. One more time to the downside, we will see. Stock market looks bullish. Continuing to make higher highs and higher lows. It's not a higher high yet. I think this one does have one more downside swipe. And checking in on CMEs for the week. Look at that. That's an interesting candle for the week. CMEs are closed now, so looks bullish. Momentum flipped to the upside. We're heading to the bull zone for the RSI, and still potential bearish divergence coming back from this high right here. So if we do not take out this high, we'll have 2 drives of bearish divergence, and that'd probably be good enough to send it down. But now the trend is up. So, the great old saying, let the trend be your friend till the end of the trend on the daily time frame. We do now have what appears to be higher highs and higher lows. So essentially, we just don't want to take out this low at 63.6, and we could expect a swipe onwards and upwards, and a little bit deeper target of 84,000. Additionally, we have the 5-day time frame. The volatility has flipped around in our favor. So we were talking about this for some time to the downside move. The momentum has now flipped back to the upside. So getting a 40% move from this cross to the upside. Mind you, the downside move was about 26%. I think high to low from that one was, boom. From the cross, that was 25%, excuse me. All right, so that was to the downside. To the upside. Now, if volatility is going to continue to expand, we just don't want to see it curl back down. A 38% move from the cross. 30%, fair enough. That's my target, $84,000. As long as momentum is to the upside and volatility continues to increase here on the 5-day, that would be my target. All right, I'm going to let you go with that. So again, short-term down, short-term, one more swipe lower, maybe on the 4-hour time frame. But other than that, I'm not really seeing much of a threat of a major downside move at this point, this being the macro low. Just want to catch one more swipe lower and be patient for, we are right in the, the sell zone, the 786 pocket, right? So what happens when you hit the 786, you come back and you, hit the 0.5, the 382, make your higher low, and then bang it out of the park. That's it for the weekend. Have a blessed one, and I will see you soon. Take care.